Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and this video is going to be Community Update 5, so let's get into it. Alrighty, some cool things to go over in this video that have kind of come to fruition today. There was actually a little bit more downtime compensation handed out this morning, and I'll go over. It was 250 energy, 1 day of 100% XP boost, which is really handy. Getting those days of XP boost is incredible, and energy is always welcome. 250 is a decent amount. It's about 2 or 3 refills depending on your amount of energy. And then something I want to talk about quick is the 2 clan boss keys. I wish they would give out a different reward than just throwing out clan boss keys, because it makes people sit at over the maximum anyway. And I wish this would be like 1 clan boss key and something else, you know, like a little bit of silver or something, you know, or even an extra day of XP boost. The getting clan boss keys as a reward can feel kind of underwhelming, like you're not really getting much, but hey, it's better than nothing, so I digress. Another little thing that came out today is kind of a quick little update, and in this update, it feels like it was kind of a unplanned update, like a response to, you know, having to correct things. So what happened here is miscellaneous changes. New progress missions were added to part 4. Now you have even more ways to get rewards. Okay, cool. Divine scroll drop rates have increased in Minotaurs Labyrinth. This is something that players have been clamoring for a long time, so that's great. The divine scroll grind in Minotaur Lab has been just a crazy thousands and thousands of energy grind, so hey, this is just going to make that a little bit easier, so that's a very welcome change. Artifact challenges have been fixed and are now able to be completed correctly. The last artifact challenge was kind of weird, so yeah, they obviously are going to be changing it around a little bit and fixing that, and you know I'll keep you up to speed when that change actually goes live and we see what that means. Champion fixes. No Rog fixed skill 3 thick skin, which was an issue that caused this skill to remove immunity effects from bosses, which obviously is an unintended thing and shouldn't be happening. So basically just a bug correction there. And then this is the big change, which if you watched my last video, or not really my last video, but my video where I talk about Arbiter, like my last community update I meant, Arbiter was just ridiculously broken. So I'm glad that they acted swiftly, like within a week, and got this fixed, because if they would have left Arbiter alone for a couple months or so, we would have seen the endgame arena teams revolving solely around Arbiter. So here's the changes. Base stat change, decreased speed to 100 instead of 110, which is a pretty significant change. Arbiter is still going to be, you know, decently fast. 100 is still a decent speed score, but it's not crazy like 110. And then this aura was just ridiculous. It's still ridiculous, but not as ridiculous. Increased ally speed in the arena by 30% instead of 34. So it's still really good, and Arbiter is still a great legendary, just not as completely broken as before, but still a little bit overtuned in my opinion, but not quite so quick. They were trying to address how overpowered her speed would be in the arena and how essential Arbiter would be. So I'm glad that they're listening to feedback and acting quickly. That's a great change. And then we got some mastery fixes. These are the 2 kind of endgame meta clan boss masteries that everybody's kind of trying to decide which one do you get. Now, Giant Slayer has been the dominant clan boss meta mastery since the game has come out, basically, and then they have recently made War Master to be able to compete with it and maybe even possibly be better. So the way this works is Giant Slayer is going to be a better mastery for characters that hit multiple times, like Athel. Her A1 is attack 1 enemy 3 times, so Giant Slayer is great for her. War Master is better for your champions that attack like once or twice. So the changes for Giant Slayer: increased damage multiplier output was equal to 5% of the target champion's max HP or 2% of the target's max HP when attacking bosses. Now it's changed to 7.5% of the champion's max HP or 3% of the target's max HP when attacking bosses. That's actually huge, because in relation to the clan boss, it went from 2% to 3%. That's a 50% increase. You know, going from 2 and you're adding 1 is 50% of 2. That's to go from 2 to 3 is a massive increase, so that is pretty game changing. War Master, fixed damage output for uncommon champions with this mastery. Uncommon champions with this mastery did less damage than rarities. Interesting word choice, but did less damage than more rare champions. This has now been fixed. Along with the above, we've also thrown in a pile of device optimizations to make Raid run better than ever. So, hey, all of this stuff is pretty good in my opinion. I can't say that I disagree with any of this, and these are all welcome changes. The only thing I disagree with so far from the post today is, I wish there was a little bit different rewards than just throwing clan boss keys at us. Or make it so we're still generating keys. Like, if you're going to put us above the max, let us still generate our own or something. I mean, I don't really know how to make that work better, but it just feels underwhelming to get clan boss reward keys. Unless it's like a specific bug to people's clan boss attacks, then I would totally understand it. But, yeah, anyway, that's just an extremely minor complaint, and I think in general and overall, they're doing a great job acting swiftly with these patches and changes, so I'm very happy just in a general sense with what they're doing so far. Now, another kind of thing that happened today was there was this post, and it's basically a picture of Athel kind of in a dark battlefield. Looks like either the end of the battle or like just a one-on-one showdown, but there's a bunch of, crows in the sky and swords on the ground, so it kind of looks like a final showdown type thing. And then there's some kind of splash text here that basically says something like Athel came face to face with a foe, and as she got closer to figure out more about this foe, the result was the most horrific thing she could have possibly imagined. I guess I'll read that one part. There was a moment of silence, then a soft, barely audible laugh that made Athel clench her teeth and tighten the grip on her weapon. Instead of an answer, the strange reached up to pull the hood of her face. What was underneath made Athel's heart skip a beat in horror. So this means that Athel's going to be horrified by what she sees when she gets closer to this enemy. And let me pull this up here. This is the picture of that I kind of want to zoom in and talk about here. So also in that text, I do want to go over really quickly. It said, I believe it said that there's going to be a short video coming out based around this theme, like this picture, which if Raid starts doing that, that's incredible, because these type of videos always go over well with games, and especially popular games like Raid. Fans love them. Fans love to sit down and watch and learn about the lore of the champions they're using in game. And I come from the PC gaming universe originally, so I was a big Overwatch player. And in the Overwatch community, the Overwatch videos, they call them animated shorts, were massive successes. People love them, and just to have a video to kind of flush out the lore and learn about the heroes that you're using in game, they are a massive success. So I would love it if Raid started doing something like that and releasing kind of short little videos that we could watch and kind of enjoy and go over. So that's a cool note, but I want to go over this kind of more in depth. So this is all going to be pure speculation by me, just kind of theory crafting and looking at this. But if we look at this foe that Athel is facing, it looks to me like they're trying really hard to make this look like it's mirroring Athel. If you notice, this shadowy figure looks like Athel. It's the womanly build with the hourglass figure and the wide hips, the short hair, which is similar to Athel, the similar shoulder armor that kind of sticks up, and a spear in the right hand, a shield in the left hand. It just looks exactly like Athel. So my kind of thinking here is this is going to be like a new champion, like a dark version of Athel. But in the text it says when Athel got close enough to see this figure, it made her heart skip a beat in horror. So I'm guessing that this is going to be like Athel's mother or sister or something that got possessed and is now evil. That would be like what I would think of, somebody who came up and saw their mother is possessed. That would make your heart skip a beat in horror. And it kind of looks like Athel. So I think it's going to be something along those lines. Definitely let me know what you think. I would love to hear if I'm crazy or if I'm onto something. But that's kind of what I get from seeing this picture and reading kind of the story and the text and the way it was worded. Also, we'll see on the right side that we've got this banner. This kind of looks like it's going to be like a new faction, like the banner for a faction. And the banner kind of looks like, we see the mustache and the beard and the armor. Kind of looks like a dwarf, doesn't it? And Raid Shadow Legends doesn't currently have any dwarves, or at least not a dwarf faction. There might be champions that are kind of dwarf-like with lots of facial hair and muscles and short and strong. There might be, but there isn't a dwarf faction, and that's kind of what this looks like. So we may be getting some sort of indication of a dwarf faction coming at some point, which is cool. So again, lots of cool things coming out today to kind of go over and digest. So that's exciting, and that's going to kind of wrap it up for this community update number 5. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and as always, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.